Hi, this is Javin. Today we are talking chemical engineering topic reboiler. Now what is that? Reboiler are heat exchanger typically used to provide heat to bottom of industrial distillation column. They boil the liquid from bottom of distillation column to generate vapor which are returned to column to drive the distillation separation. The heat supplied to column by reboiler at bottom of the column removed by condenser at the top of the column. The proper reboiler operation is vital to effective distillation in a typical classical distillation column. All the vapor driving the separation comes from the reboiler. The reboiler receives liquid stream from the column bottom may partially or completely vaporize that stream. The stream usually provides heat required for the vaporization. Kettle type reboiler. They are required pumping of column bottom liquid into the kettle, or there may be sufficient liquid head to deliver the liquid into reboiler. In this reboiler type, steam flow through tube bundle and exit at condense the liquid from the bottom of tower, commonly called bottom, flow through the cell side. There is retaining wall or overflow where separating the tube bundle from the reboiler section. The residue reboiler liquid called bottom product is withdrawn so that tube bundle is kept covered with liquid and reduce the amount low boiling compound in the bottom product. Now thermosiphon reboiler. Thermosiphon reboiler do not require pumping of the column bottom liquid into the reboiler. Natural circulation is obtained by using density difference between the reboiler inlet column bottom liquid and reboiler outlet liquid vapor mixture to provide sufficient liquid head to deliver tower bottom into the reboiler. The thermosiphon reboiler calendaria, the more complex kettle reboiler and requires more attention from the plant operator. There are many types of thermosiphon reboiler, including vertical, horizontal, ones through recirculating. Now, fire reboiler. The fire heater, they also known furnace, may be used distillation column reboiler. A pump is required to circulate column bottom through heat transfer tube in a furnace convection and radiation section. The heat sources for the fire heater reboiler may be either flue gas or fuel oil. A forced circulation reboiler. A forced circulation reboiler use pump to circulate the column bottom liquid through reboiler. This is useful. Reboiler must be located far from column as the bottom product extremely viscous. Some of fluid, they are temperature sensitive, such the subject polymerization by contact with high temperature heat transfer, tube wall, high liquid recirculation rate. They are used to reduce tube wall temperature, thereby reducing polymerization on tube and associated fouling. Internal reboiler. The simplest approach is mount reboiler in distillation tower itself. Here boiling takes place. Pool of liquid at bottom of tower. Heating fluid being inside bundle of tube. The major problem internal reboiler is the limited input size of distillation column. To limit the size of the reboiler, another problem sometimes encounter is that mounting bundle satisfactory into the column. The problem of size restriction can be overcome if compact heat exchanger they are used. The plate fin exchanger, they are commonly internal reboiler. They are distillation tower, air separation plant, another from compact heat exchanger. They are used this type duty printed circuit heat exchanger which have even higher heat transfer surface area per unit volume. Now, vertical thermosiphon reboiler. This type, the liquid passes bottom of the tower into reboiler. This evaporation takes place inside the tube. Two-phase mixture discharges back into tower where liquid settles back, liquid pool and vapor passes up the tower. The heating fluid typically condensing on the outside of the tube. The vertical thermosiphon reboiler is susceptible to fouling problem. In general, have higher heat transfer coefficient. Thus the kettle reboiler. However, additional height required in order to mount the reboiler. Now, what is reboiler in a distillation column? The reboiler is heat exchanger which is used to heat to feed distillation column and convert liquid into vapor. Then vapor goes to top of the column into condenser, which is condensed. And how distillation works? As the whole distillation operation works, relative volatility and boiling point of substance, reboiler play important role proper distillation process. Now some of the basic questions. Why reboiler is used in distillation column? Answer is, the distillation column is used for separating component or substance and require heat. Reboiler are type of heat exchanger that provide heat to the column bottom liquid and generate vapor. What is the difference between boiler and reboiler? The boiler are used to generate steam in the generation electricity, and reboiler are used to reboil the distillation column bottom liquid using steam and other heating media. Now, what is difference between kettle reboiler and thermosiphon reboiler? The kettle type reboiler external equipment used pump to perform forced circulation, where the thermosiphon reboiler thermosiphon effect is used to perform natural circulation. Reboiler is a heat exchanger that is used to generate vapor supply to the bottom tray distillation column. The liquid from the bottom column partially vaporized exchanger, which is usually saline tube type. Now, what are advantage of reboiler? Reboiler advantage: horizontal burns through one theoretical tray, simple piping and compact, not easily fouled, lower skirt height than vertical, less pressure drop than the vertical, longer tube, possible easy maintenance, less cost than kettle. Why called reboiler? The term reboiler comes from fact that it is used reboil liquid has condensed bottom of distillation column in distillation process. Liquid mixture heated boiling point, causing it vaporize and rises the column. The reboiler take process fluid and turn vapor into mixture of steam and condense. Perhaps most common use, reboiler start a distillation process. They heat the liquid bottom of distillation column, sending it up the column as vapor. What are significance of reboiler? Reboiler are responsible for generating vapor for distillation column, chemical processing reporter. The versatile fixture push inlet liquid through exchanger where it condenses and force into distillation column. Is forced circulation reboiler same as thermosiphon? The forced circulation reboiler working similar thermosiphon reboiler, but the only difference, pump are used, type of reboiler, liquid from bottom, the distillation column goes, the pump suction and discharge into reboiler inlet. What is the use of thermosiphon reboiler? The thermosiphon reboiler is equipment installed with the distillation column. Purpose to convert the liquid which is provided bottom tray, the distillation column, the vapor. The vapor are then returned to the distillation column. Now, reboiler problem. What are problem occurs in reboiler? Common type of reboiler used: saline tube, thermosiphon, vertical, horizontal reboiler, forced circulation reboiler, kettle reboiler. Fire. Fouling is common. All heat exchanger. Foulant such as corrosion product, dirt, etc. either from scale, heat transfer surface, plug tube or both in the fouling service where the continuous online operation must be maintained. The reboiler is frequently spread to facilitate cleaning while the column is in operation. The following section discuss operating problem with the various reboilers. They are vertical, thermosiphon reboiler. Some of the common operating problems. They are excessive circulation. Reboiler sump level is too high and cannot be lowered. Example, the level is set the top of the preferential baffle, the bottom sump. Insufficient circulation is usually caused plugging of tube, insufficient liquid head, which resulted poor heat transfer and possible tube overheating. Surging may occur if reboiler temperature difference is small and column pressure poorly controlled. When the column pressure rises, it increases bottom temperature. Boiling decreases, stop, and this causes bottom liquid level build up and dumping will occur, causing pressure to fall. This is turn increases boiling and pressure increases again. Oscillation causes reboiler instability may be cause pressure drop, limitation reboiler outlet, piping system. The generated vapor cannot find its way on sufficient quantity. Some of the accumulate pocket near the top of the reboiler, expansion of the vapor pocket momentarily reverse the process flow, leading drop in pressure, which is turn causes liquid to rush back in due to film. Thermosiphon failure cause lower heat flux. This is common starter for the multi-component mixture. Smaller reboiler temperature differences. Flow not adequately started. Reboiler may only vaporize of some of the lighter component in the liquid and leaving behind residue too heavy to boil. Now, horizontal thermosiphon reboiler. Beside this sharing the common problem, vertical thermosiphon reboiler. The following some of the problem experienced horizontal unit. Liquid distribution must be uniform in cell and particular when boiling a multi-component mixture. Uneven distribution result heating, localized loss of lighter component, liquid maldistribution used to accelerate corrosion, liquid entering excessive velocity may impinging tube and damage them. The flow induced variation may occur, high cell velocity, perpendicular tube span and leading to tube failure. Forced circulation reboiler. Now forced circulation reboiler are similar vertical thermosiphon reboiler except the unit pump driving force for liquid movement, a major consideration reboiler. Pump compatibility. Since the liquid is near its boiling point, the liquid head is costly. The net positive suction head become critical. Using oversized pump may result in available net positive suction head lower than required, causing pump cavitation. When process temperature and heat duty they are high, fired heater are occasionally used to force circulation reboiler. Now kettle reboiler. Some of the following operating problems are encountered when liquid level fall below top of the bundle unflooded tube, vapor rather than the liquid, heat transfer surface. As heat transfer coefficient lower in vapor than in liquid, it will be also lead higher temperature exposed tube leading metal overheating. It is important to ensure that tube are always flooded by liquid set by overflow where sufficient disengagement space need to provide above bundle to remove the entrainment liquid droplet. Demister use improve disengagement, poor liquid distribution. Kettle reboiler also result problem previously as described. Some of the other reboiler problems heating side accumulate of inert drastic reduce heat transfer, particularly stream reboiler. Acidic inert such as carbon dioxide can cause corrosion. Inert can be removed. Venting. Vent must be located. End of vapor flow path. Adequate removal. Condensate. Essential prevent flooding tube surface and submerge the surface transfer. The sensible heat only achieve a lower heat transfer condensing. Condensate accumulating can due to undersized steam trap, dirty plug steam trap and loss of condensation when occur uncondensed vapor flow through reboiler and out of from condensate drain. This reduces heat transfer. Okay guys, this is up to reboiler. I hope you like this video and sufficient knowledge after watching my video. Next chapter we have covered some another chemical engineering topics. Till then, goodbye. Do take good care of yourself.